This line is magnificent. It's not easy to read this stuff with a picture or a video, but I'm sure we know the 10 Commandments. This one is quite good. Behold the Lamb of God that takes away the sins of the world. John 1:29. The Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being, sustaining all things by his powerful word. Whoever hears my word and believes in him who sent me his eternal life and will not be condemned. He has crossed over from death to life. Jesus Christ. The greatest commandments. Love the Lord your God with all of your heart and with all of your soul and with all of your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and prophets hang on these words, on these two commandments. Jesus Christ, Matthew 22:37. What a beautiful idea. What beautiful words. When a man believes in me, he does not believe in me only, but in the one who sent me. When he looks at me, he sees the one who sent me. Jesus Christ, John 12:44. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Jesus Christ, John 14:6. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And the new commandments, I'll read for you. A new commandment I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. Very nice. What a beautiful place. Let's go check out the view. Oh, we can't check out the view. We have fog. Let's pretend we can check out the view. I'm sure this will be pretty decent because the city, Kerrville, is down there somewhere. So I'm sure you could probably see it on a nice clear day. But even still, at least you can pretend to see the highway. And yeah, cool stuff. The prayer garden. There's all these little messages written on these stones by people that visited. I really like this one. Storms are never wasted. That's right, boys and girls. There's a purpose in all this. There's a purpose in everything. And if you disagree with me, I challenge you. Find me one thing without a purpose. A whole universe. One thing. I'm not talking about your lazy little brother. He has a purpose too. It's a really beautiful place. The emotions. Oof. Powerful. Powerful stuff. Look how big that is. Like, what? Why are you so big? I guess out of love and respect. It's one thing I have a little confusion with the Christian adaptation of the truth is Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Where's the Holy Mother? Where's the Divine Mother? For me, it's the Divine Father, the Divine Mother, and the Divine Witness. Witness sort of includes the Son and the Spirit, but the Son's also found in the Father. So I don't mean to be blasphemous here, Jesus. I'm just interpreting it based on my comprehension of the truth. But yeah, Spirit is strong around here, let me tell you. So much emotion. Like, what is going on? How are you that beautiful? What? I don't even know. I'm sure that must have taken some time. Yeah, there's just more and more rocks everywhere. Powerful place. And this place is completely free to visit. 7 to basically dawn to dusk, to simplify. Wow. Hi, baby birds. You sound pretty adorable. I hope mommy's feeding you well. Yeah? Okay. When are you gonna learn to fly? Yeah. Soon, eh? Okay. Sweet. Well, you keep doing that good thing. It's nice that you can grow up here in such a blessed place. Bring the message of God far and wide. I love this free God stuff. That's beautiful. Prayer cards and that. Very cool. Hey guys, so we have a few minutes here of pictures I took at the Coming of the King Shrine just west of San Antonio. And what a beautiful place. Definitely a little too extravagant for my particular taste, but still very nice. Very well spirited. The vibration was very high. I was impressed. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, some rich religious types got together and organized this money and put it in, because there's definitely a decent investment in this shrine area. But I loved it. I was able to cry a little bit, which I'm not very good at crying, so the fact that I could do that was awesome. And yeah, I could definitely feel the spirit of God and the Lord in there pretty good. Here's just some plaques. The statues were incredible. Like, look at this. I'm gonna zoom in on the rope here. Like, that's really decent. And if you saw, you could see the big cross in the background of that picture with the gentleman with the rope. Jesus washing the feet of his disciples. The fog was intense, but it was still cool. All the sayings were magnificent. Some obviously I'm not in full alignment with, as I'm not identifying as a Catholic or a Christian or whatever, but definitely there's a lot of overlap throughout the different religions into the belief systems that populate spiritual belief systems. And it's decent sized property too. Like, you could probably have 150 people there and not feel crowded at one time. Like, it's very cool. Anyway, we're getting close to the end here. Oh, look at this guy on the horse coming up. Look at that. So cool. So detailed. Don't know why we need a sword, but it is what it is. And now we are en route to the caves of Senora. And you are going to love this. This was such a powerful place. Both these places, this and the next, were just unbelievable. And then I finish off the day with a master healer. And he had a lot of very valuable, powerful energy as well. So it was a very powerful day that day.
For a while, they were having like one a month. It was pretty popular. Yeah. And then we have little kids that do their birthday parties here too.
Oh, that's adorable.
And we let them come back here to this little backyard. That would be cool. Mm-hmm. So this is actually where you come out.
Really, eh? Wow.
Down here, up to there.
Did you say rope rappel?
Uh-huh. Yeah, the wild torrens in a 60-foot rope rappel down this.
That's sweet.
I did really good on the rope rappel. I actually just, one of the holes, they call it the birth canal. Man, that thing was tight.
Oh my.
I mean, I really didn't think it was going to be quite so physically demanding. So I did a 4-mile run that morning, stupidly.
Oh my.
And so when I started going through some of these holes, I was like, wow, you really need your energy to be able to pull in and out of them. So on that birth canal one, I got stuck. And I started kind of like heavy breathing and I was panicking. So my boss was like, whoa, you just got to stop, calm your breathing, and figure out a different angle because you can't go at it like that. So I had to actually turn sideways, put my knees up underneath my chest so I could propel myself out of that one. It was a little rough.
So do you still do that tour, or?
I got to go on it as like I've been here over a month, so they took like 4 of us that had been working here for a while at the time. But I'd love to do it again. It was a lot of fun. I definitely won't run that day this time. I'm gonna go in there with a little more energy.
Sounds good. So do you guys only offer those kind of things during peak season or something?
No, John has to run those because he's the only one certified to hold people's weights on the rope.
Oh, I see.
You see, you've got to come out right over here and.
It sounds so freaking cool.
Yeah, when you're on that ledge, though, you kind of don't want to go over it.
Oh, yeah.
So
for sure.
You got to have a minute where you kind of just like, okay, I'm going to do this. And
Yeah.
He talks you through it, though. It's pretty good. Transferring from semi-active to active, you'll start to notice it getting a lot more of a shiny look to it. There'll be a lot more mica and quartz along the pathways. Careful with our right shoulders here. And from this point on, we're going to start to have some low-hanging stalactites. The top of the staircase begins our active section. The safest place for you to walk is in the middle of the stairs, even though each stair does have a metal finish.
Wow. Oh, freaking cool.
So to the left, we have the local cave coral, and to the right, we have that first formation, our rubber chicken. To the back corner over here, we have our cave quarterback. Looks like he wants to throw a football on a Sunday afternoon. And if you both want to take a turn standing right here, I can get a picture of you all with the opening of the cave in the background.
Yeah. Easy sell on that.
That's crazy.
Adventures in the extra room, and then Isle of the White Giants is the real showstopper, and I can only go in there with 3 people or less, but that'll be the other extra room we used to go into. This is the first of 2 wedding venues. I actually like the second one better, but this is kind of pretty too. If I ever have a group that has a panic attack or needs a sudden shortcut, it's also serves that. Luckily, I've never had that happen in my life. But this is the first of the wedding.
So sorry, you said this was a possible wedding venue?
Mm-hmm.
So they stand
Right here where you're at. As I mentioned, though, the second one is actually on the tour, and it's called the Corinthian Room, and I actually like that one better.
I'm sure it's probably better then.
What's up in this way?
That would be a shortcut if someone was having a panic attack to get to the exit.
And probably where the bride would come in.
She'd have to walk from the entrance. It would still be closer to go backwards. So I mentioned the flowstone in the other room. This is our large example of flowstone up ahead.
How do they get this box in there? Like, didn't they have to disturb it intensely, or is wireless?
No, there's wires to it.
So they must have had to go in, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. That one looks like a little face up there too.
I really don't understand why we don't have a relay system and like the lighting automatically does itself for us the whole time. But they try and really hold on to all the lighting and we have to turn it off as we go because they don't want the bulbs burning out, of course.
Yeah.
Especially since some of them are really hard to get to.
I bet, yeah.
But yeah, I've gotta do lights the whole time we're doing this for.
Well, that must have set them up long before wireless and Bluetooth. So,
So a lot of people say that they see a herd of elephants going across here.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I have others say they see skulls in this corner, but it's up to you what you see in the flowstone.
I see a dangerous slide.
Yeah, looks real slippy.
Mm-hmm. So cave day is leg day. Time to go up and down the hill.
Yay. So, welcome to the Caves of Senora, or the Cave of Senora, rather. This cave system is one of the most renowned cave systems in the world for its beauty, and I can easily see why. Here you're just seeing a little bit of the gift shop. Here is, they had a bunch of peacocks, white peacocks, and the more colorful ones. Here's a mural. But check out these pictures. You just saw the videos. The pictures might be better, might not be. I'm not sure. But I'll tell you that in the hour and a half I was in that cave, so much of it was just mind-bendingly beautiful and unbelievable that nature made this, that nature did this. It was overwhelming. If you're ever anywhere near San Antonio, you can head over. Here's a little frog with tiny little thin legs in the last bit. But just wow. Just left, right, and center, just wow. There's some big chambers, an endless amount of very special spots all throughout the cave. And just so many different unique looking formations that just come to life. Here's one that's particularly amazing. So this is up on the ceiling and it looks like some kind of alien face. Apparently they do weddings down there, they do birthday parties down there. You can just see so much beauty, so many stalagmites, stalactites connecting, string little things hanging from the ceiling made out of rock. I know if I was to go back, I definitely want to do the adventure tour version of this, as I'm sure it would be freaking awesome. So cool. Unlike Mammoth Caves, the ceiling really didn't play a factor too much. There's a few tight areas, but overall, it's a pretty good time. Look at that. That's you can see crystals forming inside that cavity. That was actually the ceiling. That's just some random hole, I'm sure, in the cave. Look at the formations on the ceiling. Like, what is going on? They have something known as curtain rock, and I'll show you a picture of that at some point coming up here. Those points over a long period of time will end up touching. There's the curtain. Look, it's super thin. I didn't get a chance to you're not allowed to touch it, but it's amazing how much like a curtain it looks like. And this place, because this is all quartz, it's very energetically powerful. Very much so. One's in the dark. I think one's more in the light. So all the walls are alive. This is a little pond that somebody threw a penny into at some point. It's screwed up the little ecosystem there. So definitely don't want to bring foreign materials into a cave. They're pretty strict about it. They had an incident apparently where someone destroyed the wings. There was like angel wings, and apparently someone destroyed them by being an inconsiderate guest. That water there, it looks shallow, but it's apparently 5 or 6 feet deep. So I got a picture in front of that. And that kind of looks like pudding or something like that. These stringed pieces from the ceiling. Oh, so magnificent. I'm sure the pictures are doing it no justice at all, but I completely assure you this place was hard to believe. And there's a little statue-looking feller. There's so much life and texture in these caves. This apparently was from one of the original people that went down and explored the cave. Right, here's our tour guide. I didn't mean to get her in the picture, but there she is. She did a great job explaining everything. You heard me talking to her in the videos earlier. Look at that. Wowza. It looks like a mouth, a deadly creature. That's like a knife. Just all the textures were just so different, so strange. Like you can imagine the cave at some point was flooded, and at some point it was a wind tunnel. And here I am out of the cave, just getting a little bit of champagne calcite and honey calcite. got 4 little pieces of the honey calcite. If anyone would like one, I'm sure I could share. I just want to give you a little feel of small town Texas. Suburbs, kind of neighborhood that you might live in if you lived in this area of Texas. You can definitely feel a lot of character from a lot of these houses. I mean, some of the siding is a little plain, and I can't imagine this is the richest of neighborhoods, but all the same, you can sort of feel something different than I've felt in any other neighborhood. But I guess I've never been in a Texas neighborhood before this, so it makes sense. Anyway, for privacy purposes, I'm going to stop recording here, so I'm getting where I'm going.
Chain Thai restaurant I was thinking about.
Sounds great. My treat.
Okay. It's you were saying something about vegetarian food, stuff like that?
I do prefer it, but I had to break my condition. So I was a vegetarian eating meat 1 meal a month for 5 years. But over this trip, I talked to my advisors, and we're back on the meat game. I wouldn't survive the trip without it. There's just meat everywhere around here. You guys don't have the same stability that some.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's where we were. That very, very top part?
Yeah,
we were standing up there earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wrong.
That's okay. It's okay when we get to the opening.
Probably because I'm going slower than usual.
Like I said, at your leisure.
You're sightseeing.
At your leisure.
Know?
I have a pretty good aura with animals. They don't mind me at all. I'm just one of them. Looking at us. Oh yeah, nice. Isn't that fun?
I keep glancing at your phone thinking, oh, I can't stop here. There's a branch in the way.
Yeah. It's funny, I went in to get it fixed, and they're like, your phone's too new. We don't have the screens yet. We can't repair it.
Wow.
So that's why I've had a broken screen for like 3-4 months. When I get back, I'll go and take it again. They should have it by then, but nice. What are they using these buildings for now?
They have like little museum settings in here for when they have events.
Oh, okay.
And then some you can rent out, I think.
Oh, nice.
So that's the telephones.
There's a guy behind you, just so you know.
Oh, then there's parts what was left of one of the buildings.
Uh-huh.
They've got a telephone exhibit back there from the first telephones on up.
Oh, wow.
And things like that in there. All that used to be barracks.
Yeah.
For all the.
For the normal people.
Yeah, and then that was the old hospital.
Oh, wow.
And then that was food halls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's buildings on the other side of that were actually stables.
Very cool.
And so they have, fort days out here. They have people come and do reenactments and stuff like that.
Oh, fun. So, check out this awesome bed. My good sir, the master healer, provided me. So that was the first bed I had slept in, other than my car, in a week. He took me out to the San Angelo State Park. Apparently, there's only one natural lake in all of Texas, so they make them using dam systems. So it was pretty cool to see. And then he took me down this dirt road to a beautiful spot. Apparently this mountain area or hill area looks a little bit like a woman laying down. So that was pretty awesome. And it was wonderful to meet up with somebody on the trip, like truly a blessing. This gentleman was clearly part of my soul family group. We just had an instant like understanding and connection. You know, it was like hanging out with the dad I never had, or the brother, you know, I didn't really get, or an uncle, whatever. So it was really nice. He had a lot to say, and I'm a pretty good listener, so I was happy to listen and cast light on his journey. He was an absolute gentleman and scholar of human decency and ethics. So it was wonderful to feel the culture that he brought to his life. Obviously, a little bit more mature than myself in age, but age is just a number. And so I'm sure he's got a long journey still ahead of him. And I hope I get a chance to visit him again. You can see here more of the state park. You might have saw in that video, and here's a river spot. You can jump in and paddle right up to the dam. You might have saw in my video earlier that there was a roadrunner, that bird thing, that's a roadrunner. And then the buildings that he took me to, that was the historical old military presence in the area. Very cool to see a smaller town, Texas. I otherwise wouldn't have had the opportunity if my friend didn't hook me up with this gentleman on Facebook. But yeah, very, very scenic, very calm and nostalgic. The murals you can see there, beautiful. Look at this old, it's like one of the original Hiltons, I believe it was. And wow, dinner was unbelievable, like so freaking good. Maybe the best meal I had. Thank you so much for joining me. This was the Coming of the King's Cross for January 28th, the Caves of Senora, and then finally visiting the Master Healer in San Angelo. I slept there that night, but I'll tell you, when I got to his place, I was so fatigued from doing the cave, doing the King's, Coming of the King Sanctuary. I slept for 20 minutes, and I had the most intense visions, the most intense dreams I've had in a long time. It was really powerful. I attribute that largely to the Caves of Senora, but this gentleman as well had a ton of crystals, a ton of high vibrations, and the King's Cross as well. So this was the first day of the trip that really went from a little bit of spiritual, decent meditations to like full-blown, next level spiritual. It was amazing. What a day. The next day is going to be a little more calm, but I'll try to get that out to you soon. Thank you so much. All the love in the universe. I appreciate you. Bye for now.